afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the final session of this year's Offshore Energy Exhibition and Convention. It's been 2 long days. We talked a lot about the energy transition. We matchmaked, and we saw that the whole value chain has to come together, to collaborate, to work together, because we need to speed up the transition, and it only works if we do it together, if we make it digital, and if we put people first. Well, that's all about the content. Now it's time for the fun. We're going to see how well you've paid attention the last 2 days in this pub quiz. And if you have enough questions right, you might have earned yourself a beer or a wine at the bar for our final drinks. To conclude these 2 fantastic days and already think ahead of what we're going to discuss next year. To present you this quiz, here is the lead engineer of TWD, Sjoerd Koudijs.
Well, thank you, Rogier, for having us.
I'm glad you're hosting this quiz because my voice is not going to do another half hour. You are the lead engineer of TWD. What does TWD do?
So at TWD we design equipment and methods for installation of mainly offshore wind. Well, our stand is close by. There are some colleagues of mine in the audience, but yeah, a lot of offshore engineering.
What was your highlight of the day? Well, you see the audience say a few words, but what was your highlight the past 2 days?
So today I just came here, but yesterday my highlight was having a drink. And it was a gin tonic with all my fellow young IRO members. And I met a lot of nice new possible potential members.
Ooh, potential members.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, because you're from TWD, that's nice. But today you're mainly here as young IRO. What is IRO?
So IRO is the Dutch supplier for all offshore. And I think 50% of all stands that are here at this fair are a member of the IRO, and well, that's a very big group, and that's the, let's say, old people IRO, and then we also have the young IRO. So that's where if your company where you work is a member of the IRO and you are below 35 years old, then you are welcome to join.
And why should I do that?
Because we are organizing a lot of nice events. We'll get there in the presentation and in the pub quiz as well. I have some examples to show you.
Yeah, okay. So, and do I join Young IRO for fun or for the intellectual advancement?
Good question. I think it's both. It's of course, to broaden your horizon, to see more than only your scope of work that you do at your job, and of course, to make new friends and see how all the perspectives are.
Yeah. You got 9 questions prepared. If you still want to join, feel free, come here, take your phone, and because you can win prizes. What can we win?
Yeah, so we were looking for a very nice offshore-related prize. Turns out that John Deere is also making monopile grippers. And they also have it in a Lego version. So today we have a monopile gripper attached to a tractor, and it's from Legos. So that's the big prize, of course.
And if you're not happy with the outcome of the coalition talks of our new government, you can bring it to The Hague and block the whole Malieveld.
Yes.
Yes, that's what you can use it for.
Wearing young IRO socks, of course.
Yes, of course, yeah, because that's the other thing. Who can win? So the big prize for the number 1 is the big box of Lego Technic. Who wins the socks?
So, of course, the second best, and of course the best, win the socks. And then I have some more. So if you really can't handle a loss, then you can come to me and maybe you'll have a nice pair of socks.
I wouldn't say that. Now people don't want to compete anymore. You only get socks if you play well. Else you don't get socks.
Yes,
so, yeah, so
true.
Work really hard, people. Okay, if you want to participate, take your phone, your laptop, your smartwatch, or anything connected to the internet, and take a picture of the QR code we see on screen here. Here, I'll do it for myself. It brings you automatically to our voting system. The first thing I want to know, what you liked a lot the last 3 days. What I liked was paracetamol. Kept me on my feet.
A bit of honey, right?
Sorry?
And a bit of
a bit of honey. Yeah, André Haas has kept his voice well, but 3 tablespoons of honey and 2 ice cold beers. Apparently that's the recipe for a silky smooth voice. So take a picture of this QR code or go to menti.com and use the code 492566. And here are the instructions, but then bigger. Yeah. Okay, so there are going to be 9 questions from you. The faster you answer, the more points you get, but the wrong answer gives you 0 points. So answer fast, but answer correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
I think that
we
is very
have
clear.
21 minutes until the bar is ready to open. So I would say you have 21 minutes for your questions. Take it away.
All right. Thank you very much. Oh, that is not very nice. I thought I turned it off. Apparently not. Well, we'll get there. Hopefully no more messages for me today. So, what do we have? Everything is logged in, everyone is logged in, I assume. Everyone who wants to win the John Deere and the socks. All right, then here we go. Yes, all right. So this is something that we already knew. Let's go. So, as I already mentioned, we are young IRO, and half of all the stands are connected to the IRO. But now the question is, how many members does the young IRO have? And if you are not a member, you can still sign up, of course. So, let's see. We have a lot of people playing, 26 in total, and the first question will be on the screen. So, how many members does the young IRO have? Is that A, 321? Is that B, 555? Is that C, 650? Or D, 861? Just a nice warm-up question. And there we have the answer. So, half a year ago, we passed the 555 members, and then a very nice event happened, and then it rose to 650. That's where we are now. So at an event that we are hosting, we can expect at least 650 people. So, next question. Which young IRO event was the most popular of last year? So, as you can see here, the last year we had multiple events. Of course, we have quarterly drinks. You can see it in the top corner. We had a nice event at the Maritime Museum in Rotterdam. And we also visited the Pioneering Spirit a couple of, or 1 month ago. But besides, since we exist 5 years this year, we had a very big event in Rotterdam, and it was the Lustrum, where we had the fun of disruption. So, going to the question, which young IRO event was the most popular? Is that A, the young IRO Lustrum? Is that B, visiting the Pioneering Spirit? Is that C, Offshore as an art, so that's at the Maritime Museum? Or is that D, the quarterly drinks of Q2, which turned out to be quite amazing? So, it was visiting the Pioneering Spirit. And why was that? Because after 5 minutes of the registrations for 50 people, everything was sold out, and even an extra 100 people subscribed to be on the waiting list. So, that was kind of a bummer for the others, but we had a very fun time. All right, now we dive more deeper into the offshore sector. So, to what company belongs the safety campaign? Say yes to safety. Because there are a lot of campaigns that we are running within other companies. Is that A, at Van Oort? Is that B, at TWD? Is that C, at Damen? Or is that D, at Krauners, a very small steel welding and fitting company somewhere in Rotterdam? So we have 6 more seconds. And the answer is Van Oort. And a lot of people had it correct. So if we then move on to the next question. People who just joined, I think if you use the code at the top, you can still join. And then if you have everything correct from now, maybe there's a chance for the prize to take home. So, looking at our friends in Wageningen, the other side of the country, we have Marin. And Marin is testing a lot of vessels and equipment that we design. And next to my very nice messages that pop up, we have a wave height that we can reach in the Marin basin. And what is that wave height? So going for the questions is that A, 0.75 meters? Is that B, 1.2 meters? Is that C, 5 meters? Or is that D, 6.1 meters? And keep in mind, the scale here is 1 to 1, because at Marin they do everything scaled, so they can scale infinite, and they can simulate, of course, waves which are way higher. So, kind of trick question. Turns out it's 0.75 meters that they can simulate. But I already asked this question to a Marin employee, and she said, well, infinite. So, then, I think a lot of people recognize this crane, but now the question is, where is this crane attached to? So, to which vessel belongs this crane? Is that A, the Boca Lift 2? Is that B, the Zwanen of Van Oort? Is that C, the Tialf of Herema? Or is that D, the Orion from Deme? I am very curious about what is going to be the answer of everyone. Look at this. So we all know that this was not the first crane that was on this vessel, but that this is the second one. And well, as long as it stays flat, no harm will be done. Here you can see the complete picture. All right, let's see who is winning. We have a leaderboard. We are already past halfway, and we see that Karel Gustav is taking the lead. Can we see a hand? Karel? Nice. Good job. Keep up the good work. Then second best, Bran is also almost winning. So you have, let's see, 3 more questions to turn the tides. So this is a more difficult one. Huisman sold over the time that Huisman exists a lot of cranes. And each crane has a lifting capacity, or a lifting capacity. So combining all these cranes together with their lifting capacity, you get a number, and then you divide that by the weight of a Boeing 747, and you come up with another number. And now the question is, how many Boeing 747s can all the weight, lifting capacity, lift by everything that Huisman sold? So is that A, 615 planes? Is that B, 895 planes? Is that C, 1150? Or D, 5,230 planes? So, to already give you the answer about the total lifting capacity, that is 164,000 tons. And if we assume that one plane is around 180 tons, then you'll get to number B. All right, so luckily we learn every day. Now, going on to the next question, we are looking at hydrogen. And this is a hot topic, of course, and a lot of the hydrogen that we produce is produced as gray hydrogen. So, as you can see, we use natural gas to produce the hydrogen. Now, there is this new idea that we are going to produce green hydrogen by using green energy and transform water with that energy into hydrogen. Currently, the Netherlands is producing 1 megaton of hydrogen. And this is not in a green way, but in a gray way. So now the question is, how much wind energy is required to produce hydrogen? 1 megaton of hydrogen. So, is that A, park of 60 megawatts, of 500 megawatts, of 3 gigawatts, or D, 10 gigawatts for having 1 megaton of. And there we go. It is a park of 10 gigawatts. So that is a lot. And then only looking at this is the production that the Netherlands is using. And is making, but we use way more since we also import from other countries. That gives us more of a perspective how big everything and how big this problem is. All right, moving on to a bit of general knowledge. We have vessel motions. Everybody is familiar with this. We have surge, sway, heave, and then we don't take the angular motions into account. What is, sorry for the internationals, what is the Dutch translation of these 3 vessel motions? So, here we go. Is that A, zorgen, zwellen, vallen, or B, schrikken, verzetten, dompen, D, kantelen, zetten, gieren, or is that D, rennen, vallen en opstaan? So, tricky one, difficult one. I didn't know it until yesterday. So, I see that a lot of people had it wrong. But for now, if you want to talk to a very Dutch person about the vessel motions, you know that you should use schrikken, verzetten, and dompen for surge, sway, and heave. All right. Now we go to the last question. And the last question is about the future, because we are planning on a lot of fun activities with the young IRO. But for now, it is your guess what will be the next young IRO activity. Because there are 4 very nice events, and now it's the question, which one will be first? Is that having a visit at the Fremantle Highway, the vessel that burned down, at the Dame Yard? Is that B, zipline from the Huisman Innovation Tower, also known as the HIT? Is that C, visit the 8-legged mythical horse of Herema, also known as the Sleipnir? Or is that D, the IRO New Year's reception? Well, this is something that we are all going to do. There are still some legal things that we need to get out of our way, but in the end, this is the goal for next year, to get these 4 and maybe even more nice activities on our agenda. And as you can see, everybody was correct. So that brings us to the end of this pub quiz, and I am very excited to see who won. So let's see if the drum roll works. Yes, it works. And the winner is... Ooh, it's gonna be tight. Still Karel with 4,500 points.
Come, Gustav, where are you? Come here. Do we have a microphone?
Do we have a microphone?
Do we have a microphone still, or did already? No, I think they already packed the microphone. Carl Gustav, yeah. Here is your big prize. What are you gonna do with it?
Build it.
You're gonna build it. Yeah, he's got. You have a microphone. Yeah, you're gonna build it. Yeah. Why should people definitely join IRO and join IRO?
Because it's fun, and you can meet me and Shurt, which is great, and you can get to know about many other things in your field that you would not be able to otherwise.
Okay, cool. The number 2, that is. Oh, we're gonna figure out the number 2 is pick up your socks for the. Oh, that's you.
Amazing.
Here are your socks. Next year, we're going to meet again at the 26th and 27th of November. What should be the theme for next year? If we want to talk about the energy transition next year, what should be the thing to talk about?
Offshore wind, of course, because that's what I work with. So.
Okay, well, and then I would say we're going to meet again the 26th and 27th of November. Same place, same time, same topic, but a whole new ball game. Thank you so much, and let's get a drink! Thank you so much, Stuart.
Yeah.
Well done. Music!
Bring us.